All right, brace yourself, people. It is about to get nuts tonight. Trump is once again hijacking the country's national news outlets, and this time to lie about election fraud in the 2020 election that he lost.
What we're going to be talking about Thursday is it doesn't get bigger because without free and fair elections, you don't have a country.
Now, I want to remind you, these bogus election fraud claims already been rejected in over 60 court cases, some of them by judges that he appointed. But I want y'all to understand, he is setting up the pretext to declare a national emergency, and that would allow his federal government to have more control over federal elections. And he got this idea from one of his closest friends, dude in his ear, telling him to declare a national emergency to take over elections. And it's looking like that's exactly what Trump about to do. Personally, I think it's ridiculous that he even got this platform to do this. He's the least credible person ever to talk about this topic. I mean, he should be in jail for trying to steal the 2020 election. We literally heard him on a phone call pressuring a Georgia election official to try and find 11,780 votes with absolutely no evidence.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
I want to pause right there and ask everybody to take a second, subscribe to Politics with Steve on YouTube, and sign up for my email list. Those are the best ways to stay in the loop on all things Politics with Steve. Now let's get back to it. And truthfully, Trump knows that the 2020 election wasn't rigged. If you let him talk long enough, he will actually say that. He was talking about the U.S. soccer team, and in this rant that he went on, he admitted that when he loses, he could declare things rigged. I mean, listen to him.
And Belgium's going to have a full team. And you know what? If they beat us, then they can be really proud. The other way, if they beat us, we'll say it was rigged, just like the election was rigged in 2020. But I won't get into that.
And now Trump got his unserious FBI director, Kash Patel, using hundreds of FBI agents to try and find fraud in the 2020 election in Georgia instead of focusing on real crime. You know, they could be chasing terrorists and finding fraudsters. Instead, he got them working on this. They even fired 2 FBI agents for not wanting to work on this BS investigation. MS Now is reporting that FBI analysts fired after refusing to join Georgia 2020 election probe. Now, get this. In this article, it says that the analyst told colleagues that they did not believe the investigation was justified under FBI or Justice Department policies. Once again, people are telling Trump there was no fraud in the 2020 election. I mean, has Trump ever thought to think about the fact that if there's just so much fraud in U.S. elections and he got to do all of this stuff to stop it, why did he win the last presidential election in 2024? I mean, if Democrats cheated so much, he would not be the president. But I'm guessing he cool with the results of the 2024 election. So this primetime address is about to be about the 2020 election. I literally just heard a sitting Republican Congress say just that. He basically said, we won all the elections in 2024. We run the House, the Senate, the judges, the presidency. How was there fraud? He said the true fraud is that our policies is ass. We're not coming through for the American people. I'm going to let y'all hear him say that. This is coming from a sitting Republican, not somebody that was out. This is a sitting Republican.
But I don't think the problem, is that our elections aren't secure because we control the House, we control the Senate, we control the White House, and in some degree, we control the Supreme Court. So I asked my Republican colleagues, why are you complaining about election fraud? We won all the damn elections. The fraud that's going on is we're not holding ourselves to the promises that we made of fiscal responsibility, putting America first, making America healthy. The problem is we're wasting the opportunity that we were given in these elections, that we won, all of them.
Now, it is very important to remember that on Election Day 2020, Trump-appointed people ran everything. The FBI, the CIA, any government office, it was all Trump-appointed people. So it's reported that Trump is about to release unclassified information that proves the 2020 election was rigged. But he will not release anything of value. It's going to all be biased garbage. Let me explain what we're about to see. We will see raw material collected by the intelligence community. And this is exactly why Trump appointed Bill Pulte, his top housing official with absolutely no experience in intelligence, national security, foreign policy, in charge of the entire U.S. intelligence community, all 18 agencies. This guy, in all likelihood, will cherry pick information to, help Trump falsely claim that there was fraud in the 2020 election. The intelligence community, like law enforcement agencies, they collect a lot of information. I mean, some of this information could be true, some of it could be 1,000% false. Again, they collect a wide range of information. It's just they got to start vetting these claims. And then once they vet these claims and they deem some claims credible, they take action on them. Clearly, none of these claims were deemed credible. He just gonna drop things. It's just like when there's a prosecution of somebody. Any investigative body would just go ahead and collect a lot of evidence, and then they start weeding through the evidence to see if there's any credibility to it. And it's obvious to me Trump had no plans on winning the 2026 midterms fair and square. I mean, his policies are ass. We just saw him endorse the worst candidate ever, Ken Paxton, in Texas. I mean, you cannot endorse that guy and expect to win anything. He literally about to be one of the first Republicans to lose a Texas Senate seat in a very long time. Hey, he know the Republicans are losing midterms. That's why he trying to get the Save America, or I call it his voter suppression bill, passed. It's not going to pass. And by the way, that's allegedly to stop non-citizens from voting, when the most conservative organization in the United States, the Heritage Foundation, said less than 100 non-citizens voted in the years from 1982 to 2025. So, like, there is no non-citizen voting problem. This is all just to suppress the vote. I mean, he been running around threatening state election officials. He even told states that he would strip away their counterterrorism funds if they didn't change election rules. I mean, who does that except somebody that knows they're about to lose? And the last thing I want to mention on this topic is mail-in voting, because MAGA act like this is just rocket science. I mean, if you heard them talking about the last election in California, Trump and MAGA screaming that their candidate was cheated because he lost when all the ballots were counted. I mean, the additional ballots were mail-in ballots, but he lost. Some people prefer to vote by mail. Well, that's a right that we have. I mean, how could you not understand such a easy concept? Look, I'm gonna give y'all an example that, MAGA could wrap their brains around. If a store was having a sale through the month of July and you purchase something online July 31st, you expect to receive whatever discount they was giving for that sale. It doesn't matter that your product is likely going to arrive after the sale ends. I mean, what if they told you your product had to be received by July in order to receive a discount? I mean, you have no control over when the delivery service delivers your goods. That makes no sense. Like, is it really that hard for them to understand? But again, Trump is terrified of losing midterms. He knows that if the Democrats win the House or the Senate, and especially if they win both, he has no power. All he can do is executive actions that could be slapped down by courts and overturned by Congress. And he just gonna be another old man screaming and, being mad at everything and abusing the legal system. That's the only thing he'll have when his party loses power in the midterms, which they will, because the policies are ass. But I just wanted to make this video so that everybody can look out for, a lot of these tricks and games that he gonna play with this selectively released information that we gonna see tonight.